The green monolith. We begin with the fastest growing grass on Earth, ready to be broken and rebuilt by the machine. Brute force intake, moving the weight of the forest into the belly of the Titan. The industrial pulse. A non-stop river of organic fiber fueling a high-tech revolution. The first purge, stripping away the earth to reveal the pure silica-hardened skin. Surgical precision. The scream of the diamond blade defines the boundaries of the monolith. Standardization. In the world of the machine, only the uniforms survive. Smoothing the fiber. Erasing the knots to create a flawless industrial surface. The moment of truth. One log becomes 10 strips in a single heartbeat of pressure. The internal fracture. Using the bamboo's own grain to dismantle its strength.
Hydraulic dominance. The grass surrenders to the iron will of the factory.
The outer reveal. Removing the green armor to reach the high-density heart of the fiber. The scale of the monolith. A landscape of gold moving toward the molecular forge. Digital interrogation. Every inch of the fiber is measured by a laser's edge. Precision refining. Only the hardest, high-density fibers are chosen for the Titan press. Pure purity, guarding the grain from the contamination of the machine.
The geometric lock, creating the perfect fit for the 3,000-ton press.
The infinite loop. In the factory of the future, even the scrap is power. The bundling, preparing the fibers for their descent into the steam vault. Locking the load. The fibers are ready for the molecular shift. Heavy movement. The first stage of the transformation is complete.
Initial stabilization. Balancing the moisture before the trial by fire.
The architecture of power. 100 meters of engineering to conquer a single plant. The inventory of the Titan. The raw desert of grass waits for the heat. The human mind. Directing the symphony of the splitter with digital precision. The lifeblood of the machine. The energy required to break the monolith. A threshold of light. The forest enters the factory, never to return to the wild. The mechanical snap. The sound of a new industry being born. Welcome to the harvest. Welcome to the monolith.
Elevation of the fiber. The journey from the earth to the sky begins now.
The dismantling is done. Are you ready for the steam and the resin? Subscribe and like for Phase 2.
The molecular shift. We subject the 30-foot Moso bamboo to a trial of steam and chemistry to rewrite its very DNA.
Hermetic seal. Locking in the pressure to begin the deep thermal transformation.
The thermal strike. Using high-pressure steam to caramelize the natural sugars of the Moso bamboo.
Atmospheric dominance. Forcing the heat into the marrow of the fiber. Carbonization. The birth of the color and the death of the biological rot. Controlled fury. Managing the energy required to forge a new material. The thermal lock. Stabilizing the molecular shift before the vault is opened. The reveal. The Moso bamboo emerges,
now harder, darker, and indestructible.
The harvest of fire. Strips of chocolate gold ready for the chemical forge. Stabilization. Removing every trace of moisture to ensure a perfect resin bond. The chemical bath. Submerging the Moso bamboo in a liquid shield of industrial polymer. Total saturation. Every pore of the fiber is filled with the strength of the machine. The vacuum strike. Using physics to replace the air with eternal strength. Refining the coat. Precision application of the industrial binder. Heavy traction. The Moso bamboo is now twice its original weight and 10 times its strength. Digital verification. Ensuring a zero moisture core for the Titan press.
The order of strength. Aligning the fibers to maximize the crush of the press.
Surgical airflow. Managing the environment of the modern monolith. The forest of steel. A landscape of carbonized fiber ready for the forge.
The final preparation. Building the layers that will become the solid block.
Command and control. The precise heartbeat of the molecular shift.
Elemental guards. Using nitrogen to prevent the bamboo from igniting under the intense heat.
Shadow and steam. The industrial aesthetic of the bamboo revolution.
The heat of progress. Breaking the plant to build the Titan. Welcome to the heart of the shift, where biology becomes technology. The final movement of Phase 2. The fibers are ready for the ultimate crush.
It's harder than oak and ready for the 3,000-ton press. Are you ready for the forge? Subscribe and like for Phase 3.
This is Phase 3, the Titan Forge. We have moved past the chemical vaults. Now, the resin-soaked
Experience hydraulic power on a massive scale. Then, high-speed CNC movement delivers unparalleled accuracy, optimized for modern production.
The Titan Forge. 3,000 tons of crushing force are about to turn grass into a material stronger than steel. The loading. Positioning the fiber mountain into the jaws of the hydraulic god. The descent of power. Gravity and fluid pressure aligning for the ultimate crush. The hot press. Simultaneous heat and force to lock the resin into a permanent diamond-hard bond. Absolute compression. Erasing the space between the fibers to create the monolith block. The pulse of the Titan. Harnessing the energy of a city to forge a single board.
The dwell time. The internal transformation where grass becomes an indestructible composite.
The reveal. The Moso bamboo is gone. The Titan block has been born. Emerging from the forge. A solid mass of high-density ambition. It's a flash chill. Locking in the structural integrity of the newly forged block.
The inventory of strength. A landscape of material that will last a century.
The transition. From the brute force of the press to the surgical edge of the blade. The primary cut. Slicing the monolith block into raw industrial planks at high speed. The diamond's bite. Cutting through a material harder than oak with effortless speed. Robotic precision. The machine's iron fingers carving the geometry of the future. Surgical cleanliness. Every scrap of the monolith is reclaimed for the next cycle. the flattening, stripping away the rough skin to reveal the deep, carbonized grain.
Zero tolerance. Verification of the industrial standard by the speed of light. The mechanical lock. Engineering the boards to fit together with immortal strength.
The rhythmic polish, refining the texture of the monolith. The symphony of the blade, a high-tech ballet of diamond and steel. Digital vigilance. No flaw survives the gaze of the machine. The purge of the imperfect. Only the elite boards move toward the final shield.
Managing the friction. The energy required to shape the hardest grass on Earth.
The silhouette of success. The transition from block to board is complete. The heartbeat of the factory. A continuous loop of heat, pressure, and precision. The threshold of power, where the Moso bamboo becomes the monolith. The movement of wealth. The product is forged. Now it must be armored.
It's solid, it's precise, but can it survive the global shield? Subscribe and like for the final phase.
The final shield.
The ceramic strike. Deploying a liquid glass barrier to ensure the surface is harder than the steel that cut it.
Quantum curing. Using high-frequency light to fuse the armor to the fiber in less than a second. Reflective perfection. We measure light to the 10th of a degree to guarantee a mirror finish across 1,000 miles of timber.
Impact dominance. Deflecting the weight of the world without a single microfracture in the grain. The eternal brand. Searing the mark of quality into the heart of the composite. Digital interrogation. No flaw, no knot, and no imperfection survives the gaze of the machine. Ruthless selection. We purge the 1% to ensure the 99% are legendary. The perimeter lock. Sealing the joints to ensure a 100% moisture-proof installation in any climate. The architecture of logistics. Building the cubes of wealth that will rebuild the world's skylines. Hermetic preservation. Locking out the atmosphere to keep the monolith pristine during its global voyage. Silent power. The autonomous movement of the future, delivering the harvest of the Titan. The weight of strength. Every pallet carries the density of a forest in a single ton of composite.
The green ledger. Every board is a vault of carbon, pulled from the air and locked into the architecture.
Connecting the forge to the world. The industrial umbilical cord is attached.
The deep fill. Packing the future of construction into the iron veins of global trade.
Authenticated and locked. The monolith is ready for the high seas. Global dominance. Tracking the movement of the Titan across every continent on the map. The fleet of the future. 1,000 tons of sustainable power departing every single hour.
The endless reserve. A mountain of Moso bamboo, waiting to become the floors of the world's icons.
The inventory of a new era. We have broken the plant to build the empire. The final word. A promise of excellence signed in the ink of the machine.
Unstoppable momentum. The factory of the monolith never sleeps. The forge never cools. The velocity of progress. Shipping the strongest, greenest, and most high-tech material ever forged.
The mission is complete.
The plant has been evolved. The monolith has been delivered.
The project is complete. The Titan is ready. Subscribe and like. The green monolith is the new standard.